Hello, I'm coming to YouTube to express how much I like my phone, the HTC Hero by Sprint. Um, the I had this phone. This is actually my second Hero. I had replaced it earlier with a Sprint Moment. I did not like that phone at all. I had it 2 days and I cried to get this phone back. And they actually replaced the phone. I had so many complaints myself about the phone that I presented it to Sprint on the phone about it. I might have made like 6 or 7 phone calls about the phone. Even while I was trying to get my phone replaced, my Sprint Moment kept dropping the phone calls as I was resolving the problems. I had to wind up calling from my home phone to resolve the issues. One thing about the Sprint Moment that I read in a blog was wherever this phone might only get 1 or 2 bars, more than likely 1 bar, the Sprint Moment gets no service. This I can say is true. I'm in a room inside of my house that I basically always get 1 or 2 bars. Believe it or not, even though if I get 1 bar in this in particular room, I still get good service, I still get good EVDO coverage, and so forth. I very rarely ever get a drop call. This house, I've been in this house for 14 years. I've had Motorola phones, I've had Samsung phones, I had the Trio phones, I had the Windows Mobile Touch Pro, all types of phones. And most of the phones in this house act the same way. I don't really get a good service here, but when I do get served, but I don't get too many bars. I do get good service. I don't get too many bars. It's always on the edge of not getting service. But that moment, I was losing service all over town. I was losing service in the house, of course. And this is where I live, and this is where I really need the phone. I actually switched out this phone for the moment because I was at the Sprint store and I actually opened up the display and went on YouTube. You see one of my, I love the Green Lantern. So I was pulled up the Green Lantern trailer for, on the Moment and the Sprint Hero at the same time. On the Moment, it was spectacular. I mean, the green in the picture was like beautiful. I picked up that phone for that reason. Not only that, it had a keyboard. That was the reason why I went there in the first place, to switch the phone out while I was under my return policy, while I was within the return policy range. Well, I had the phone for 2 days, and I hated the phone. It had poor service. It wasn't as fast as it said it was. I'm not using that screen for its beauty all the time. It had so many other things. It wasn't streaming Pandora as well. It didn't stream other things that stream a bull on these phones from other sites. It wasn't streaming that, so I was very scared of the phone, especially when Adobe 10 comes out for Flash Player 10 comes out for these phones. If that phone wasn't acting right at that time, what was it going to do with Adobe Flash Player 10? I didn't want to take a chance. I had to get my phone back. I love this phone. The only downfall is it doesn't have a keyboard. And the reason why I don't like it having a keyboard, not having a keyboard, is because I'm not going to go into trying to text someone, because I don't know if somebody's number is going to come up or not. But you have to hover your fingers over the screen all the time. That with when you have a keyboard, you could actually lay your fingers on there and text or whatever and push wherever you want to push. But like, say if you're driving in a car with someone, you're not driving, you're in the passenger seat or wherever, you know, it becomes fatiguing hovering your fingers over the keyboard where you don't want to touch it and push the wrong letters, which you tend to do anyway. So that was the only drawback about the phone, and that's why I returned it. But I had to get it back. Sprint didn't have a phone that I thought was better than this phone. Some other people might beg to differ, but I didn't think so. I actually wound up getting a gel backing for this from Best Buy. You probably can get it cheaper online. It came with a lanyard, and I love using it for quite a while. It goes in the back here, and I love using it for quite a while. But one of the things about getting this gel thing was when I get a case, I'm like, man, how if I get a case for this thing to put it on my hip instead of having it in my pocket all the time, how would it fit? Actually, one day I wound up going inside of Best Buy, and I wound up running past this case by HTC. And believe it or not, it's built for multiple phones, but it's like this thing fits perfectly. It cost me about $30, but it doesn't shake inside. It comes out easily. It's like it was made for this phone with the gel piece in it. If it didn't have a gel piece on it, or you know, the outside piece, it would be floating around in there, bouncing around in there. I don't think that would be comfortable. It wouldn't feel that secure, even though it is secure. But this was $20. This was $31, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I, for one, am enjoying this combination. If I drop my phone, I have the gel, and I still can put it on my hip like everyone else. I'm not using the lanyard. You know, the lanyard seems kind of girly to me, you know, but some people like it, some people don't. I like this combination. I have a lanyard if I need it. I also went to Best Buy. I went to Walmart actually last night, and I had to get some earphones because my children keep taking all my earphones to every gadget I have. They lose them, they break them, so forth, so forth. So I wound up getting another set of earphones for this phone. And, you know, it has the earphone jack right there. And I played this thing on the earphone, using the earphone jack. I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I played the music that was already inside of the phone, and it sounds very, very, very good. Also, I used it with Pandora. Pandora for this phone is beautiful. I mean, it makes not having music on your phone, you know, bearable. And more than bearable. Because I'm like driving all around town, walking through the store, I'm sitting around the house, so forth, just streaming all the music I like, all day, every day. I mean, once or twice since I've had it, maybe it had stopped playing the music. I mean, and that's within weeks. Once or twice in weeks, that's not bad at all. But on this phone, it works beautifully. If that was to help anybody purchase their new phone, whether they like it or not. I like these earphones because they don't fall off your ears. They're sport earphones. They're not big, bulky, or ugly like DJ earphones, but they're not the little tiny earphones that fit in your ears and tend to fall out if you're working or moving around, pulling stuff in and out your car or so forth. I know people know what I'm talking about. So this is the earphone. These are the earphones I got. They're Sony earphones. I got them from Walmart for $18. I probably could have found them cheaper. I mean, I'm posting this information on the internet, and I know people's going to say, well, he could have got this for cheaper. He could have got this for cheaper. He could have got that for cheaper. This is what I bought. This is what I like, and that's what I did. Maybe this will help someone out in deciding on what phone they get. And I think I'm almost out of time. I probably will post another segment for this phone because there's just so much to talk about, you know. But hey, I hope this helps you out. Enjoy.